Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. This is September 27th, and we're going to start things in English, and we'll see where it takes us. It's great to be back online. I don't know if I can say it's great to be back, but I realize that I've kind of missed this. So for those of you joining me, and for those of you encouraging me to go back on, thank you. As you can see, I am back. I don't yet know the format for these conversations or lives, but it was fun when we did it during the quarantine, and I figured that I actually was able to stay in touch with more people than I am able to now when supposedly everything is open. So for now, my plan is to have these programs, have these lives once a week. I'm happy to hear from you, happy to see your comments or understand, if there are any issues with sound, because again, I haven't done this for a while. So the idea behind these is now that we can both coexist in a virtual and real world, I want to, talk a little bit about what's happening in the real life, figure out what people are up to outside of their homes and outside of work, and still be able to invite guests, still talk to people that I haven't talked to in a while, and again, just being able to connect and understand how everybody's doing. Oh, hey Ivash. Ivash is already here, so we have our first listener. How are you doing? Ivash is up in his dacha in northern Minnesota, packing it in. So if you want to comment, I can only read comments that are going to be coming from my Facebook page. So if you are watching me on KSP or on YouTube, I don't think I'll be able to see your comments, but hey, Ada, привет. So that's how it's going to be. Hey, and my wife is here. That's great. And Andrei is here. Oh my God. Yes, I'm glad to see you too. Thank you so much. So very quickly, in the news, right, or in the recap, I don't know, one thing that I am glad, I just want to get it off my chest and be able to kind of say that, the trial that has been on our collective minds for a very long time, for over 2 years, is finished. And that was a huge relief in multiple senses. I'm glad it's over. And, I again want to use this opportunity to thank everyone who has been there to support us, to support, our attempt to bring justice to this case. And so thank you very much. It really meant a lot. And I'm glad that we are able to put that specific phase of it behind us, and with the friends, we the friends have some things planned, so we want to make sure we continue the legacy of Sasha in many other kind of facets of his life. We're going to continue doing things with kids. We're going to continue doing things with guys, right? So we're gonna try find ways to keep the memory alive, keep the memory going. So thank you all very much. So let's put that behind us. So today, what I thought we would talk about is a couple things. So first of all, wow, there's a lot of you watching. It's amazing. So hello everybody. Great to see everyone. Thank you for being here. Dima is here, and Vadim is here. That's amazing. So what I want to talk today, a couple things. So first, if you recall, when we started these programs back in the quarantine days, which now seems like forever ago, my first guest was Tanya Melnik. And Tanya is a fantastic doctor here at the University of Minnesota, Fairview, and she's been kind enough to provide us kind of a play-by-play, so to speak, about what's been happening with this thing called COVID. And since our original conversation, we had a chance to connect a couple more times. Luckily, we even had a chance to hang out while the pandemic was on the decline last summer and this summer as well. So without further ado, I would like to bring back Tanya. Tanya, can you hear me?
Yep. Hi.
Hello. And really quickly, let's just jump into it. So how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah,
All things considering.
You look great, and thank you for taking time to talk to me and to spread some of the knowledge and kind of just the latest information. So I think over the last 2 years, everyone has become an expert on COVID, and over the last 6 months, everyone has become an expert on vaccines. And now I feel like everybody's going to be becoming an expert on boosters. So let's start with that. So let's start with that, and figure out what is happening with the boosters, and what do you see some of the studies and information coming.
Well, that's a great question. First of all, even before we get to boosters, it is extremely important to acknowledge that your primary protection against severe disease and death is in the first two doses of Moderna or Pfizer vaccine, or single dose Johnson and Johnson vaccine. And when CDC and FDA were deciding on booster, they basically said, yes, we see some decrease in protection against symptomatic disease, but it looks like vaccines are still holding beautifully against hospitalization and death. We're talking about maybe decrease from 92% or so to 88%, so that still is a considerable level of protection. So if you haven't been vaccinated, given that COVID is definitely here, COVID is doing great, much better than we are. It is here and it's going to hang out with us for some time. There's still plenty of people who have not been sick or have not been vaccinated. So we're in for a long haul. So please, 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 please get vaccinated. Talk to your doctor if you're still not sure. It's so easy to get lost in all the information that's coming. So easy to get lost in all the questions and all the data that's posted on the internet and all the horror stories. Please talk to your doctor, get to reliable sources of information, make your decision, but please get vaccinated. So while we are talking about the importance of primary series and your primary protection, the boosters came up, and that is based on data that's coming from several sources. One of them is obviously Israel, and Israel has been working with Pfizer very closely. So naturally, we got lots of information about how Pfizer's holding up. Study that was done by Mayo Clinic kind of confirmed the same data. So that study that's coming from the US. And it looks like after about 6 months or so, we start to see a decline in protection against mostly symptomatic disease. So people started to have more breakthrough infections, particularly the groups that got vaccinated first in the winter of last year and the spring. So we're talking about a lot of healthcare workers. We're talking about people who were in the nursing homes, people with who are more vulnerable, basically, to having severe disease in the first place.
Is it appropriate to say people with lower immune systems to begin with, or not necessarily?
So we knew about people who are immunosuppressed, so people who have medications on board that actually lowers their ability to mount an immune response, to even respond to the vaccine. For them, the third dose was actually approved back in August. For them, it's very clear they do need 3 doses to optimize protection. Even for some, the 3 doses may not be enough. So for people who, for example, have an organ transplant, their response to even 3 doses is a lot lower compared to what you would do, what your immune system is capable of doing online. So we're talking about people with health conditions, essentially, that put them at higher risk of severe disease. And that's liver disease, kidney disease. People on dialysis really don't do that great. People who have hypertension, people with some neurological conditions, and people who are just plain older. Because over time, our immune system kind of loses its responsiveness, so it's not capable of mounting or maintaining immune response. It's not the same as weak. It's really hard to measure. So because if we say, well, I have a weak immune system, well, what does it even mean? But in medical terms, it means that you just don't mount an immune response. So we give you the vaccine, and the protection is not quite the same as you would get if you had a normal immune system if you were younger. And you just don't hold up quite as well. So you start to get sick a little bit sooner compared to somebody who's a lot younger and healthier. So for those people, the data was compelling enough to say that the third dose should be given about 6 months after the second dose of Pfizer. We don't have data to review quite yet on Moderna and Johnson & Johnson. And what's interesting is there is some information that's coming in press release. There is not a lot in publication, so we don't know how robust the data was, meaning how many people they studied, what type of breakthrough cases they were seeing, and what is the measure of, okay, they now have a good immune response to the third dose or to the second dose with Johnson & Johnson. There are some clinical studies actually that are being done, and that was the case for Pfizer. So they had a clinical trial going off the booster shot. So for them, they did notice effectiveness of the booster, which is why it was approved for certain populations. So the language is very interesting because it doesn't say you must get the booster. It says you should. Your
Mm-hmm.
primary protection is still in the first 2 shots of Pfizer. Third one does add additional layer of protection. And the hope is that, no, you won't have to get a booster every 6 months. This booster may give you longer protection. We just don't have enough data to say for how long. And when vaccines initially came out, their schedule of either 3 weeks or 4 weeks was designed specifically to mount an immune response and give you protection quickly. We
Mm-hmm.
were in the middle of pandemic, so we didn't have 6 months to study what will happen if you give boosters at longer intervals. UK kind of did the study for us because they made an executive decision to go off label and they mixed and matched the vaccine. So their data is a little bit harder to sort out, but it looks like longer interval may be beneficial.
So does that help? Sorry,
Not
does that help?
surprising, actually.
Yeah, does that help answer the other's question about mixing and matching the
There are
Moderna?
studies going on for, first of all, the combination of sort of Johnson & Johnson, but actually it was the AstraZeneca followed by Pfizer. That sort of was a natural experiment in UK. It looks like it actually does produce more robust immune response. We don't have data on how well that protects against actual infection. So it's not enough for the vaccine to show up as, yeah, it actually produces antibodies. We need to know, well, does that protect you? So far, we really don't know. There are no publications on mix and match
Mm-hmm.
in terms of how well that protection is really holding up. It may
Thank
be
you.
better, it may be the same, we just don't know. We need
Okay.
data.
So Ada, hope this helps. Again, I'm in the same boat. I got Moderna, and so kind of waiting for my
That's
options.
actually, so Moderna actually is holding up better over time compared to Pfizer.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Moderna is coming up, and it will be looking for approval on a booster shot. So the third dose, which potentially may be half dose. The amount of mRNA in Moderna is a lot higher compared to Pfizer. Pfizer is 30 micrograms, Moderna is 100. The timing is a little bit different too. So 3 weeks for Pfizer versus 4 for Moderna. So we're waiting on the data. They were doing a study of specifically booster at 6 months. So hopefully that's going to be applied. That's going to go through FDA review soon, and then it's going to go through CDC approval. FDA deliberations on Pfizer are still posted on YouTube. Same goes for CDC. So if you're really interested in how reviews are done and how clinical recommendations are made, and not afraid of statistics and some of the really tough questions that were posed and decided upon, I would encourage you to watch. So it's really impressive, but all the discussion has been very, very, very much transparent. And there will be enough information about safety of the vaccine that's also reviewed on a regular basis.
That's
So
awesome.
we're waiting on Moderna. Same goes for Johnson & Johnson. They're probably going to be applying for additional dose because they looked at protection if additional dose is given at 2 months. They also looked at immune response, so more antibody if the second dose is given in 6 months. But having that schedule where you have several vaccines in the series for optimal protection is actually not that unusual. With hepatitis C, we have to do 3 shots. One is day 1, second is in 30 days, and the third one in 6 months. Same often goes for hepatitis A, although there's slightly different schedule there. For pediatric vaccines, again, we often do several doses, like tetanus, diphtheria, and whooping cough vaccine is actually given at predetermined intervals throughout several months, several first years of life. And then we have to do booster on a regular basis because immunity just doesn't last. For tetanus, for example, it's every 10 years. And
So thank you for
that,
mentioning that, because I was going to say that this podcast is not sponsored by Pfizer or
no,
Moderna or
hey,
Johnson and Johnson.
I wish I was paid for this. So no.
I wish it were. By the way, guys, if you're listening, you know where to when to send it out. So the Iwais is asking, break this down information in the simplest terms. So simplest terms: get vaccinated. When the people tell you that you can get a booster. It's as simple as it gets. And right now, Pfizer's booster is approved. We're still waiting for Moderna for those who are over 65, and we're waiting for everybody else to come out. So for those of you who are watching me, so I was just gonna say, so thank you guys for watching. I'm really interested. If you're watching me real time, just like type real time and say, hey, it's whatever, September 27th, 9 o'clock. But if you're watching it tomorrow or some other day from other country, just comment when you're watching and where from, because again, I love seeing all the people that end up tuning in. And again, a reminder that if you're dialing in the middle, Tanya Melnik is just sharing with us some of the information about what do we know, what's the latest. So maybe really quickly, we're gonna have Christmas and holidays, vacations coming up. What are your thoughts this year on traveling somewhere warm and fun?
Oh, I need a crystal ball to answer that question. So, depending when you're planning to travel, if you're planning to travel in December to a different country, we would know how safe it's going to be sometime in January. So, unfortunately, pandemic has been very difficult to predict. The waves are definitely coming, and there's really no good predictors. We're much better explaining what has happened than trying to model it for the future. The great saying I've heard from my mentor is all models lie, some are useful. So it's useful to have some modeling because it allows you to prepare for the worst. But unfortunately, you don't know if the worst is coming, the best is coming. Typically, the waves that we have seen so far, Delta may be kind of notable exception. UK is showing it that Delta is very, very unpredictable, but it takes about 2 months for the wave to sort of start to subside. UK has canceled all of the restrictions. They lifted everything. They opened everything. So they're kind of dealing with a Delta plateau, which is a lot higher compared to their peak, but it just will not go down. So
So there's going to be a level of this, right?
it may be sort of a new level of badness that we have to live with for a while. Fortunately, some of the major drivers of COVID in this country are losing their steam. And I'm really, really happy to see that Florida cases are going down, Texas cases are going down, Mississippi has peaked, Alabama has peaked. They're all coming down from Delta. That's not the case for Minnesota. We're still going up, and we're kind of entering this school year not in a very good place. And we're entering this wave not in a very good place in terms of hospitals. Hospitals have been super busy, and it's really difficult to find a bed, even if you're not coming in for COVID. So it's not just COVID, everything else been super busy, but because of COVID, and there's over 500 people currently hospitalized with COVID, and about over 200 actually in the ICU. The beds are coming at the premium, and some people are waiting for days sometimes in emergency room. They're waiting for a bed. Meanwhile, their teams are rounding on them in the emergency room, so they're essentially boarding there, waiting for a hospital bed. And some of them are getting discharged even before they step a foot in a regular hospital floor. So
Wow.
it's been really bad, and that's the case in most of the hospitals in Twin Cities, actually. So, and COVID is
That's
coming, and cases are growing every day, and that's really concerning. So I worry about people getting the care that they need. We have had several emails from our system that we should try to take care of patients without sending them to emergency room. We should try to discharge them earlier, which potentially may compromise their safety to some degree. And if you have a chronic medical condition, make sure that you're seeing your doctor on the regular basis and things are under good control, because it may be very, very difficult to get the hospital care if you do need it. It's tough there, guys. It's no joke.
It's good. It's good to know. So again, Tanya, thank you for bringing a dose of kind of a good news slash not so great news, but it is what it is. It's better to be informed than thinking that we're all in the clear. Again, just be safe. Get vaccinated and get the boosters when you can, and just be careful. A plug for rapid tests. Yay, go Abbott.
Yay.
They are available sometimes, so you can find them. Our company is starting to make more of them because we actually ran out. So they're going to be easy and again available to find. And again, takes 15 minutes, and you know for sure. So Tanya, thank you very much. I want to move on to our next guest. I'm sure we'll be talking more. So be healthy, and we'll see you in real life soon.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much for invite. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. So my next guest is the guy who does not need introduction, and I wonder how long we'll be able to keep speaking English. Привет.
Yeah, should you speak Russian? Protect yourself, fight for your life. Я все из сказки не могу выйти. Только что вернулся со СКСП. Мы там сказку делали.
Друзья, Vitaly Katasonov is in the studio. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good.
So I wanted to bring you...
I just came back from Russian festival in the forest. We made the kids play, and I play... it was based on Stardust movie. So, and I'm still under...
under the spell, I can see.
I
wanted to bring Vitaly in as the purveyor of news about social life outside of Facebook, because it seems like he's back on the road. He has been going to festivals. He's been filming a lot of lives like he usually does. So tell us your top couple events that you've been to already, and what are you looking forward to?
You can ask me about my trip to Ukraine. So it was very amazing. I have done it like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, tell us about Ukraine. How was Ukraine?
Ukraine is great, surprisingly good. People warned me, don't go there. You Russians, they're gonna kill you. Once you start talk Russian, you will be in trouble. Nothing like that at all. People are so friendly. Countries are very great. Food is good. I visited Odessa, Kiev, Lviv, Zakarpattia. So I took bus tour for 3 days.
You went to Chernobyl. Tell us about that experience.
Chernobyl. Actually, Chernobyl is very popular for foreigners, like from British. I sit nearby Italian guy. I had couple from Minnesota actually. Yeah,
wow.
It cost $100. $100. You can go to Chernobyl. You can eat food what workers eat, like столовая, like with this plate. You don't have choices. They put it standard meal. Yeah, you feel yourself like there, and it's very post-apocalyptic experience. You see these abandoned places. Everything been looted, so apartments are empty, so doors been gone, all wires, and I'm very worried where I end up these things, because it's still radioactive.
Yep.
So
but what was your favorite part, maybe highlight of the trip to Ukraine?
Highlight is Zakarpattia, because they show us too many places. Like Uzhgorod, they show us castles. We swim in mineral source, like there is a bath with mineral source. You cannot stay longer than 7 minutes, so it's like they call it Zhabernik, something like that. So it was very amazing and very intensive. I made it this way, so I could relax, but I decided if I have just 2 weeks, just do as much as you can.
You would not be you if you relaxed.
Yeah, I always push my boundaries. Yeah, I've always tried to achieve.
Well, your boundaries and other people's boundaries too, which is great. So back in America. So what's happening here? What are you looking forward to? Where have you been? What have you seen?
I just came back. Yes. I think yesterday, from the Midwest KSP. You should know what KSP means.
I know what KSP means, yes, and we've been there many times. Yes.
Lev,
Yes.
different KSPs has different flavor, different characters. Like KSP Midwest, where I've been, they do things differently than others. They like more family oriented. They do kids quest on a kind of higher level.
Yeah, that's
they
that's
actually dress
amazing.
up. It's like
Mhm.
Renaissance kind of scavenger hunting kind of. Kids needs to find these candies at the
Yeah,
end.
Leah does
Other
an
reward.
amazing job
Yeah,
with
there
kids
is a
games.
station. In each station, they need to solve some puzzle, and at the end they get candies. And we kind of make it based on some movie. Or you've been there on the you play Robin Hood.
Yep.
And I have movie. It's my favorite actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I
a
have-
fun one. Well, actually,
you can-
Pasha Fakhardinov was there with us.
Yes, Pasha Fakhardinov was there too.
And you know what? Pasha Fakhardinov is coming to Minnesota on October 14th. Just
Yeah.
throwing it out there.
It's like ad placement.
Head placement. Well, you have to do it, right? If
Yeah,
not
of
here,
course, you should. Yeah.
I don't know how else would do it. So what types of things are you looking forward to the rest of the fall?
Oh, actually, this weekend I've been invited to California KSP Poloostrov. So unfortunately, I won't not be able to show up on this your event.
Yes.
You have Sunday event.
Oля Chikin's concert. Yes.
Yeah, it's very sad, but
So you're just going to be traveling KSPs while they're going on.
yes, because once you get to one, you get connected with other people and start to exchange, invite you, and do things.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I want to introduce something. So I know I shared it with you, and again, this is not a competition, but I wanted to show this. This is our joint effort between Vitaly and myself. We decided to do a top pick of events. So if you are looking for something to do this week, here's a list of things that if I were to go, this would be kind of my picks. Not to say that I'm going to be able to make it to all of them. If I were to make it to only one of them, I would try to make it to this one on Sunday at Number 12 Cidery in Minneapolis. It's a concert by Oля Chikina. She's visiting. She's phenomenal, and the place is really cool. So, but there's plenty of other fun things to do. On Wednesday, we have Mozgoboynya. Vitalik, are you coming?
No, yes.
There
Yeah.
you go. On Thursday, there is a great exhibit at the Museum of Russian Art on Russian ballet photographs. They're really cool. On Friday, there is a Rolling Stones tribute happening at Schooner Tavern. I've heard these guys are really good, and they're going to pay tribute to their late drummer of Rolling Stones, so that's always a fun time. Saturday looks to be a perfect weather, so Minnesota Renaissance Festival would be a fun place to go. But Sunday, again, guys, cannot tell you enough about this wonderful performer. She hasn't been here since 2013, I think, was the last time. So yes, Vitalik, you're gonna miss it, but we'll catch you up. And so this time,
I will go to Pasha Fakhardinov. Yes.
Yes, Pasha Fakhardinov is going to be October 14th, and we'll talk about it next week. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out with me. I see you have a lot of art there behind you.
Yeah, Halloween is coming. There is a Halloween art.
Oh, beautiful! I miss doing art with you.
Are you prepared for Halloween? You started to think of your costume or something?
Actually, no. My kids want to be M&Ms. I don't know about what I'm going to be.
Oh, it's easy.
Yes,
exactly. And my problem, I have too many costumes and too many things in my mind. So.
See, my Halloween plan is usually planned at the last moment, so it's going to be something like that. So I don't know yet. Well, if I don't talk to you before you fly away to sunny California, safe travels, and say hi there to everyone. Again, at some point, hopefully we'll make it there as well.
Yeah, I will show up on your live. Fortunately, sometime in the future, maybe you can invite me periodically.
I will. All right. Thanks, man.
Fight for your life.
Well, remember that one time when you were painting while we were talking, and then at the end, careful.
Yeah, actually, I did art class too. We call it spontaneous painting kind of things. So I had a great time with kids. Make canvases dirty, and we imagine what it is. kind of
You-
reversed engine. Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
you do a great job with that. Okay, careful
They,
before
they
you
always ask me to do it, even if sometimes I don't want to do it, but at the end I feel very good, so I want to repeat
Yeah,
it
no,
again.
it's a great thing, and I look forward to when we can do it here in person. So, okay, thanks, man. Safe
Okay.
travels.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, what else haven't we talked about? We talked about COVID and how to stay safe. We talked about travels and what's happening this week. But you know what? One thing we haven't talked about, and I was gonna play a little tune, but I was not prepared clearly. But by the look of this next guest, you will know what we're talking about. Andrei, what are we talking
Привет.
about? Привет.
Меня хорошо слышно?
Да.
Отлично. Какой ты язык предпочитаешь? Ломаный английский или плохой русский? Выбирай.
Мне все равно, как бы публика уже чувствую тоже, по-моему, будет все равно. Ну, значит,
давай.
что пришло? Давай так, я буду по-английски, а ты будешь по-русски, чтобы люди хоть что-то понимали.
I can speak English. Okay.
No way.
I am a Russian English speaker.
There you go. So, so the hockey season is starting. I can tell by your hat. And today we have Andrei, who is our sports commentator, official sports commentator, and he will tell me, the person who does not understand anything about sports, why I should be excited. So, Andrei, why should I be excited about sports and hockey specifically?
Dude, you will be amazed this season. The hockey is starting. So the good thing about hockey, you don't need to understand much. You just have to watch and enjoy the fast-paced game. Long story short, why should you be excited is this is the second season that one of the Russian star players, Kirill Kaprizov, will be playing for our own Minnesota Wild.
So, I heard he's pretty good.
He is. He's a really good player. He, I believe, needs to adjust to the NHL a little bit more, especially the higher speeds and more physical play than he is used to in some other leagues. So he is. So who is Kirill Kaprizov? He is a Russian player. He is from he's from Kemerovo. He used to play at a couple of clubs in Russia. Specifically, I have it somewhere here. So he was drafted by Wild some time ago, I think in 2015. So what is it, 6 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And then we were waiting for him to come. And finally, last year he came. He made a huge difference in our play. So not only in the play, but also we now have a little bit of a kind of a Russian community following hockey. I know that a lot of Russians, they love hockey, but yet we organized a couple of events. One of the events actually led to Star Tribune doing an article on that gathering. So we got into the news. We have our own Russian-speaking Minnesota Wild fans Facebook page.
Nice.
We created the first hat trick. I don't know if I can share the screen. At some point, I should be able to share the screen.
Yeah,
right?
do it. Let me stop my sharing.
Share screen. Yeah, I just want to show a couple of highlights from last year.
Yeah. Do you have pictures from that hat trick?
I do. Let me see. So I share the screen, and okay, screen sharing exists with 2 monitors. Yada yada yada. All right. So let's see which screen I will be sharing. I want to share this screen. All right. So
Hey, go
you
wild,
see the
says
screen?
Lena. Yeah, I can see it. Hold on. Let me add it to the stream.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Let's just go from the top there. This is a group of us. When this guy, actually, there's a chip here at the back there. That's the Star Tribune reporter, and he did a little article on us when we were in a bar. He took some interviews and then got some pictures there. This is an article, and that's a little bit more professionally made pictures here. It made it to the first page of a sports section of Star Tribune, which was pretty amazing coverage for us. We actually made, with help of a community, and my friend Ilya Berdichevsky and Max Vinogradov. We created this poster for Kirill, and we gave it to the Wild. We believe that Kirill got the poster, so in 12th of March, he scored his first hat trick for.
What is a hat trick? Please explain.
Yeah, I was about to say, for literals like you, Leva, it's when one person scores three. In this case, would be 3 goals for the opposing team. So hat trick
in the same game.
Yeah, in English would be hat trick, like hat, like шляпа.
Yeah.
So there's a play of words here. Hat trick, снимаем шляпы, meaning.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. I get it. I was there.
You were there. There is a tradition when the hockey player scores hat trick, everybody throws hats to the ice. So we try to reimagine it. What is it? Reenact that, and then we invite a whole bunch of people to a rink. So I have some pictures from that gathering. See our kids here. We got posters, and we had lots of pictures taken. So I think Ilya Berchevsky was here. I think Vika, you, Leva.
Well, Andrei, you should probably remind that at that time nobody was allowed to be in the arena itself, right? So this was our way of kind of recreating and really celebrating his accomplishments.
Yeah. So we had quite a good time, and then we created this poster.
I recognize my hat right now. I missed that. I missed that hat.
So where was So you got the idea, right? I just want to see. We had a bigger group of people. I just want to see show the picture of a bigger group of people here. So we had quite a bit.
If I said that in San Jose they throw squid on the squid, that makes probably a little more difficult. Well, because of the sharks, right? Probably, yeah, but probably makes a lot more difficult for cleanup.
Yeah. All right. So Kirill got this last year. It was very interesting because Kirill got so-called Calder Trophy. It's not so-called Calder Memorial Trophy. It is the first trophy of that type of Calder Trophy that Minnesota got. So Minnesota Wild has never had that trophy. So basically, it's a trophy that is given to a rookie who hasn't played in the NHL and who, according to people who write about hockey, so there's a whole bunch of writers and they vote. So based on that vote, they give out that award. So fun fact about fact is not a Russian word. Fun fact about this award is that in 1990, a 31-year-old Sergei Makarov, who was playing for Calgary Flames, he became the oldest player to got this Calder Trophy. And since then, they changed the rules because it was like 31-year-old. Are you kidding me? He's not a rookie anymore. So they changed the rules. Now the cap is 26-year-old. So right now, nobody can get an award if you're older than 26 years.
That sounds like an ageism, but
whatever.
Kidding. No, I'm really happy for Kirill. And again, I'm looking forward to watching you be happy when Wild wins and making fun of you when they don't.
Oh,
really
shut up.
Looking forward to that.
We also have this, you will be crying with me, trust me.
I have a feeling, yes. Because now I actually have a jersey, so yes. Well, so do we, when is the first game? When is, are we going to have like a big outing or what's going on?
So we haven't planned that yet. We'll probably organize something with the Russian-speaking Minnesota Wild fans. Here's the group. Am I still sharing the screen, Leva?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just changed the
format. So Russian-speaking Minnesota Wild fans. So if you have a group, it has 209 members. In order to get in, you have to answer some questions. One of which is, who is your favorite player? Another one is, I forgot what it is. But the third one is in Russian. Закончите фразу. Трус не играет Короче говоря, so it's funny how after our article, some of the non-Russian speaking guys wanted to become member of the group. So I'm very transparent. If you answer the question, you're in.
You're in.
So some people couldn't answer the question and they found some answer.
Google Translate.
Google Translate. It was really funny. Like some of the, instead of Trus не играет в хоккей, I had like a range of answers there. So it was funny.
That's cool. So
yeah, so join this group.
When is the first game, or has it already
October 15? I think October 15. We are playing against Anaheim Ducks. It's a away game, so we can probably gather at a bar to watch. All of the announcements about us watching the game will be in this page. So if you want to follow like all of Russian developments and whatnot, our goal is to actually be a little bit of vibrant Russian-speaking hockey fans community, so that down the road we may or may not get to meet Kaprizov in person.
Mm-hmm.
So of course we're having fun and whatnot, but in general, if we have more and more people participating in those events, I think Minnesota Wild and Kaprizov will notice. They will probably dust out our poster that we had. They will, we already did a lot of good things last year, so we continue doing it this year.
Cool. So Ira is asking if you need to have a Facebook account to join the group. I think so.
It's a good question. I've never seen anybody trying to join the group without a Facebook account.
Yeah, because it's a private group. So Ira, if it's a problem, let us know and we'll find a way to let you know about events as well.
Yeah.
If that's what people want to do.
It's interesting. Okay, but what medium shall we do? Maybe should we create like a Telegram group or something?
I think if people do not have a Facebook account, the likelihood of them having a Telegram account is lower.
You will be amazed. It's actually quite the opposite.
Oh, really? But yeah, I mean, I think the more the merrier. Get a Telegram going. Telego.
Yeah, I don't know.
So give us some suggestions. For those of you who are watching without, Facebook, just let us know where would you like, how do you like to get notified, and we'll find a way.
One thing, Lova, if I may, one thing I would like the collective kind of a hive, our hive brain to think about is a good nickname for Kirill Kaprizov. Right now, there is a nickname going around that I absolutely hate. It's called Dollar Bill Kirill.
Yeah.
I hate that nickname. So there's another one, Kirill the Thrill, which is slightly better. But if a Russian community can kind of think of maybe some creative nicknames, maybe we can push that.
Okay, yeah. So let's look for some creative nicknames for Kirill. And Lenka says, tell Kaprizov that a man Yale Club wants to meet him. I don't know what Yale, probably women's club.
No. It's Yale, like as Yale, the Yale University, from what I understand, right, Lena?
We have a Yale Club.
Believe it or not, we probably have a hardware club either, and Stanford club. But Yale Club is the only one that's interested in meeting Kirill. Maybe if Yale Club meets Kirill, Harvard Club will be like, oh, we won that too, and then MIT Club, oh, we won that too. So maybe there's some sort of a race there.
Many options. All right. Well, thanks for introducing us to the world of Russian hockey here in Minnesota, and we're looking forward to watching some games and cheering for the team, because again, the winter is cold, not a whole lot to do. So thank you.
One more thing before I go, though. I know that we are short on time, and we talked about shots and everything, which is great. I just want to say, whoever think that they will find a way to watch hockey on YouTube TV, you might be wrong, because 2 years ago they shut it down. So there is a lot of discussions about where to watch hockey. If you subscribe to AT&T, that's the way. It's very expensive, about $80 a month. There's a Bally Sports app, which is also very expensive. So the best way to watch hockey for free, which is somewhat with commercials, like you have to learn how to close some of the windows. It's called NHL66.ir. So
That sounds so fishy.
NHL, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Last year, I watched it, and I'm a member of many other groups, Minnesota Wild groups, who are watching that. So NHL66.ir. I know it sounds fishy, but trust me, guys, that's one of the best way to watch the games online.
Okay.
All right, I'm done, Leva.
Whatever you say. Thank you, Andrucha, and again, thanks for coming out and spreading the good word.
You're gonna sing a song now for us?
Not me. Haha. There was a surprise. There was an unannounced surprise. So yes, we will sing a song. Thank you.
Cool. Take care.
Bye.
I'm gonna leave.
Bye. Thanks for everyone who joined. Again, one of the reasons why I wanted to start doing these again is it's all great and fun to be able to connect over live, but it's a lot more fun to connect in person, especially if we're all, taking precautions and staying safe. So this Sunday, I want to invite everyone to come out and enjoy an evening of live music with a great performer, singer, songwriter from Russia, Olga Chikina. She hasn't been here since 2013, which time we met her for the first time, and it just kind of never worked out for her to get here. It finally worked out. It's going to be our first concert after this big, long break without any live music. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her and seeing a lot of you. So please come out. All the information is all over my Facebook page. And to finish our first live for tonight, my beautiful and talented wife, Oля, will sing us Ola's song. So give us a minute, we'll get going.
We get to share a mic. I get to sing into the mic. Thanks. You can rotate the camera a little bit too. So we're both in. Hi everybody. I can't hear anything. This is never fun for a singer to not be able to hear anything that they're doing. But hopefully you can hear. Right? Okay. And I have the lyrics so I can avoid looking silly like I did last time. Я сижу на корточках посреди вокзала, я в печали. Надо мной опасное маленькое облачко любви. Дотянусь до облачка, будет все как раньше, как в начале. Я его не трогаю, плыви. Плыви, я трехлеткой держала на ниточке точно такое. Плыви, я не знала от счастья, где право, где лево у лета. Плыви, оно лопнуло прямо в руках, и мне дали другое. Плыви, оно было таким же опасным, такого же цвета. Я сижу на корточках посреди вокзала, я в печали. На меня внимательно псина безобразная глядит. Почешу по мордочке, будет мне дружочек на вокзале. Я ее не трогаю, иди. Иди, мы утонем с тобой в нашей общей собачьей печали. Иди, ну какой я дружок, посмотри, я сижу на прицеле. Иди, я не знаю, где право, где лево на этом вокзале. Иди, я не знаю, какое число и какой день недели. Я сижу на корточках, спит моя хорошая собака. А над нами облачко, а над ним высокая звезда. Светит нам из космоса и зовет по камушкам и злакам. К домику открытому, туда, 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 где над нашим огнем будет греться осиновый ветер. Туда, где мы будем кормить лебедей, лесников и шакалов. Туда, где мы будем светло говорить, как мы жили на свете. Туда, где мы будем светлее огней городского вокзала. Я сижу на корточках посреди вокзала, я в печали. Спасибо, дорогие.
Браво.
Приходите на концерт.
Браво, друзья. Ну что ж, приходите. Так, сюда убью. Приходите вот в воскресенье, вся информация вам известна. Еще раз I want to thank Tanya and Vitalik and Andrei for coming out. I want to thank everyone for watching. Again, if you're watching in recording, if you're watching it tomorrow or some other day, just comment and tell me what day and where from you're watching. It's always great to see you. So I hope it was as fun for you as it was for me, because it was again kind of relieving some no promises, but I think once a week seems about right, given this period. And again, hope to see everybody out and around. Be safe, get vaccinated, and have a great rest of the week.